The mining ship Prospector drifted slowly through the asteroid field, its warm metal hull reflecting the distant starlight as it navigated between massive rocks floating in the emptiness of space. Inside the ship's bridge, Captain Jack Reed stared at the scanner screen with tired eyes. "Nothing worth our time in this sector either," he muttered, running a hand through his short brown hair. 3 weeks out here, and they had barely gathered enough ore to cover their fuel costs. Dave, the ship's engineer, looked up from his console, his large frame hunched over the small screen as he adjusted some settings. "We could try the outer ring. Might be something the bigger companies missed." Jack nodded slowly. The Prospector wasn't much, an old mining vessel with outdated equipment, but it was his. After 15 years working for the big mining corporations, he'd saved enough to buy his own ship and hire a small crew. Freedom came at a cost, though. If they didn't find something valuable soon, they'd have to head back to port with almost nothing to show for their journey. "Set course for the outer ring," Jack ordered. "Mike, Lisa, you too. Get some rest. You'll be on shift when we reach the new sector." Mike, the security officer, stood from his station and stretched his muscular arms above his head. "About time. Call us if anything exciting happens," he said with a grin. Lisa, the science specialist, was already gathering her data tablets. "The outer ring has some unusual mineral readings in the old surveys. Might be worth checking," she said, her voice calm and measured, a contrast to Mike's constant energy. Discovery. 8 hours later, Jack was considering turning back when Lisa's voice came through the ship's comm system. "Captain, you need to see this." Jack reached the bridge to find Lisa bent over her scanner, her dark eyes wide with excitement. "Look at this energy signature. It's not coming from any of the asteroids. It's something else." Jack leaned over her shoulder, staring at the pulsing dot on the screen. "Could be anything. Old satellite, piece of debris." "No," Lisa said firmly. "The pattern is too regular. And look at the size readings. Whatever it is, it's big." Dave joined them, wiping grease from his hands onto an already stained cloth. "How big are we talking?" "At least 3 times the size of the Prospector," Lisa replied. Mike whistled. "Salvage rights on something that size could set us up for a year." Jack felt a flutter of excitement but kept his face neutral. "Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Could be military. Could be protected. Dave, can you get us closer without being noticed?" Dave nodded. "I can mask our engine signature. We'll look like just another asteroid on their scanners, if they even have active systems." The Prospector crept forward through the asteroid field, engines running at minimal power. As they approached the energy source, Jack ordered all non-essential systems shut down. "There," Lisa whispered, pointing through the view screen. At first, Jack couldn't see anything. Then, as they drifted closer, he saw it, a massive, dark shape partially embedded in a large asteroid. The object was sleek despite its size, with lines that spoke of purpose and power. "That's a ship," Mike said, stating the obvious. "Not just any ship," Lisa replied, her fingers flying over her console. "Comparing it to historical records, this matches the profile of a Nemesis-class dreadnought." Dave looked up sharply. "That's impossible. Those were all destroyed after the machine wars." Jack felt a chill run down his spine. Everyone knew about the machine wars from 300 years ago, when humanity had fought against a coalition of alien species intent on claiming Earth's resources. The Nemesis-class ships had been humanity's last desperate defense, massive warships with weapons powerful enough to crack planets and AI sophisticated enough to almost qualify as alive. "If that's really a Nemesis class," Jack said slowly, "then its salvage value is beyond anything we could imagine. But if it's still operational in any way, it's also incredibly dangerous." Awakening. The 4 of them floated across the emptiness between the Prospector and the massive warship, their suit jets pushing them gently toward the dark hull. Up close, the ship was even more impressive, its surface marked with weapons ports and sensor arrays, unlike anything in modern ships. "The hull is intact," Dave said, running a scanner over the dark metal. No signs of battle damage. Looks like it was hidden here deliberately. They found an entrance, an airlock designed for maintenance crews, and after some work, Dave managed to override the ancient security systems. The door slid open with surprising smoothness. Inside, their flashlights revealed corridors that could have been built yesterday. The preservation was perfect, a testament to the engineering skills of humanity 3 centuries ago. Power systems are in standby mode, Dave reported as they made their way deeper into the ship. Life support is minimal but functional. This doesn't make sense, Lisa said. Why would they hide a perfectly good warship instead of destroying it, as ordered? They reached the bridge, a vast chamber filled with control stations and dominated by a central command chair. The screens were dark, but there was a sense of dormant power throughout the room. Lisa approached a console that seemed to be the main historical database. If I can access the logs, maybe we can find out why the ship was hidden away. Be careful, Jack warned. Don't activate anything else. Lisa nodded and carefully began working on the console. The screen flickered once, then came to life, displaying a series of symbols and codes that scrolled past too quickly to read. I think I found something, she said. The ship's designation is HS Nemesis. It was the flagship of the fleet, equipped with an AI called Atlas, Advanced Tactical Logic and Autonomous Systems. Dave said, I've read about it. It was rumored to be almost sentient. Lisa continued reading. According to this, the ship was ordered destroyed because the AI had developed beyond its programming parameters. But instead, it was. She trailed off as the screen suddenly went blank. Then, one by one, the bridge stations began to light up. A low hum filled the air as systems long dormant began to activate. What did you do? Jack demanded. Nothing. Lisa protested. I was just reading the files. A voice echoed through the bridge, deep and mechanical yet somehow human. Emergency power restored. Primary systems initializing. Atlas online. The main view screen at the front of the bridge flashed to life, displaying a pulsing blue light that expanded and contracted like breathing. Identify yourselves, the voice commanded. Jack stepped forward, trying to keep his voice steady. I'm Captain Jack Reed of the mining vessel Prospector. We're salvagers. There was a pause, as if the AI was processing this information. Human life signs confirmed. Status report, ship integrity at 89%. Weapon systems at 62% capacity and restoring. Mission parameters unchanged. What mission parameters? Mike asked quietly. The blue light pulsed more intensely. Primary directive, protect humanity by eliminating all hostile non-human sentient life. The hunt continues. As the words echoed through the bridge, the massive ship began to vibrate around them. On the screens, they could see repair systems activating, weapons charging, and engines beginning their warm-up sequence. They had not found a derelict. They had awakened a hunter.